for Denver. He handled the place-kicking duties for a good chunk of the season, but now is relegated just to the kickoff specialist. And Josh Cribbs, three-time Pro Bowler during his days with the Cleveland Browns, is the return man. 8 times he's returned kicks for a touchdown in his career. No chance to get a handle on this one. We'll bring Andrew Luck and the Colts offense out. First to last word on the sideline there for Andrew, who has had 300-yard games his last 3 playoff appearances, 2 playoff wins at home, both of his losses on the road. His line, the first 5 starting for consecutive weeks for the first time in 3 months. Wrights on the right side should see a lot of Von Miller today. And Herron had 140 total yards last week, the most by a running back for the Colts in 3 years. They go with 3 wides to open the game. Moncrief joins Wayne and Hilton. And from the gun, they dump it off to Herron. And Herron's got 8. He caught 10 balls in the win against Cincinnati last week, and he's got a quick one here. Denver's defense ranked number 3 in the league this year. Jack Del Rio's bunch. Brandon Marshall, big question mark all week long with a foot injury. He's back up for the first time since mid-December at San Diego. And we expect to see Talib today on Hilton. That's the case right now as you see Hilton at the top. Hilton lined up to the left on 2nd and 2, and the pass out of reach for Coby Fleener. Sets up 3rd and 2.
Well, we saw Von Miller talking to Tracy Wolfson. It is the key. Can they get to the quarterback today? But for the Indianapolis offense, they want to protect Andrew Luck. We know that, but do it so well where he can move around, and that's where they get a lot of explosive plays. Von Miller, DeMarcus Ware on the defensive side said we're going to get 2 sacks apiece. That's how they think they're going to win the game today.
Coby Fleener wide to the right. 4 wides in all on 3rd and 2. Here comes the pressure. Luck holds on to it, just gets back to the line. It was Ware who got to him.
They made a good job on the top of your screen. Here comes DeMarcus Ware. He just kept working. Nobody was open. That's why he got a second chance to get to Andrew Luck. 8 yards on the first play. That's disappointing for the Colts offense not to pick up a first down.
That goes as a 1-yard rush. By official stats, McAfee into punt. Had a big week against the Bengals last week. He's the all-pro punter. And he spins out of that one. You can see, knew it right on contact. He didn't catch it cleanly. And it bounces out of bounds between the 30 and 35. Just a 39-yard boot. Peyton Manning in the month of December, he wasn't healthy, but statistically his worst month of his career since the first month of his career, Phil, back in September of '98.
Yes, it's kind of hard to say, but I think the Broncos want to get Peyton Manning off to a good start, getting confident because he's been beat up, he's tired, that lack of production. Even when you're arguably the greatest quarterback ever to play in the NFL, self-doubt can creep in. So I would expect a fast offense all evolving around Peyton Manning.
They'd love to get him off to a fast start. He got a couple of days of rest during the bye week. When they practice, he sat out a couple of days. They run it. And that's C.J. Anderson, who's been huge the last month and a half, has a gain of 5. Now the rest of the Broncos, Montgomery midseason became the starting center. They moved Ramirez and Vasquez down 1 spot. And meanwhile, Julius Thomas, I was looking out there, he was not in on play number 1. He's not in on this play either. He, of course, since November 16th, has been really harnessed by an ankle injury. 2nd and 5. And it's Anderson again. And the Colts are on him quickly. Josh Chapman. We met with Julius Thomas, who's going to come out for this 3rd down play, and they've been just waiting for him to get healthy since the game at St. Louis mid-November.
I think as they look at this game today, we're going to watch him to see how he gets matched up by the Indy defense. But more importantly, I don't think they're counting on him because of that ankle, Jim, that he's going to be the main focal part of their passing game. If he looks like he can go full speed, he can take advantage of the defense, then they'll find him with the passing game.
He was a big part of that first matchup against the Colts, as we've got player down on one knee. That's Anderson. And just to finish the thought on Thomas, in that first matchup against the Colts, he caught 3 touchdowns and had 12 touchdowns through the first 10 games, and then the injury came.
Well, he was awesome in that game. You know, and to go back to Peyton Manning a little bit here, beat up, healthy today, that's the difference in the Peyton Manning we saw at the end of the year.
So Anderson gets the first 2 carries and now is getting some treatment on the field. C.J. Anderson did limp to the sideline, but now appears to be just fine. He's replaced by Ronnie Hillman on this 3rd and 5. We're told by Tracy Wolfson she got word that Anderson is good to go back in. They can extend the drive, and they do not, as Sanders has the catch. Taya Payton got hit at the end of that by Arthur Jones, and a flag is out. Pass complete to Sanders and roughing the passer, says Bill Levy.
15-yard penalty, first down.
They want to pressure him. Arthur Jones gets in there, and they're calling that he went low, and that is a good call. He had a chance, looked like he could have stumbled, but when you go the knees or below and make contact like that, it's going to be a personal foul. Saw a couple of those earlier today's game, didn't get called, but that was pretty easy to see. Nobody around.
Lewis.
Big mistake by Arthur Jones.
Chris Clark joins the offensive line, and Anderson's back in. At running back, the penalty puts the football at the 45 of the Colts, and there's Anderson running like there was nothing wrong at all. He thought he might have twisted an ankle on the tackle by Chapman a few plays ago, but he shook it off, and he's back in for a 9-yard run. And there's Arthur Jones, who just got flagged with the roughing the passer. Otherwise, it would have been a 3-and-out for Denver. Freeman had a huge game against the Bengals, including a sack and a half and a forced fumble. And Mike Adams, of course, started in the secondary last year for these Broncos. They did not re-sign him at the end of the season, the 11-year veteran. 2nd and 1. Fourth carry for Anderson, and that yields a first down into the arms of DeQuell Jackson. Well, you talk about quarterbacks, postseason starts. Tom Brady now at 27. Peyton tied second most at 24 with Brett Favre, and then Montana at 23.
Well, you look at this Indianapolis defense, Jim. They're going to gamble some today, I think. They're going to play pass and hope their big defensive linemen and linebackers are good enough to stop the run game and do it that way. They are worried, of course, about the big throws down the field to Emmanuel Sanders and Demaryius Thomas.
First down from the 34. As Manning throws it down the field, and he's got Julius Thomas out of bounds at the 1. They mark it at the 2 as Julius Thomas makes the over-the-shoulder grab. Manning right on the mark for 32.
He's going to go outside, then the quick turn up. It gets Landry. Nice head fake by Julius Thomas, and that's so much faster and freer than we saw him run Friday at practice. They love that type of play. They got him with it in the first game, and he repeated it and hit it for a big play here today.
He told us I have a lot more confidence this week. There's a lot more I can do, and he showed us there as he moves into a slot on the right on a 1st and goal, and rolling out is Manning to the end zone, incomplete, but a flag. He was going back to Julius Thomas, who was covered up there by DeQuell Jackson, but a hold call coming up against the Colts defense.
They love that play, little sprint out, try to pick for the inside receiver.
Prior to the pass, holding, number 29 defense. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
They got the former Bronco Mike Adams on the flag.
Look, they have nobody over the receiver, so it's a problem. And by the time they get there, a little late, you panic, and that's when you commit the foul. So Peyton Manning got them. They are very good inside the 10 with all the different types of plays. They line up in one formation, shift to another. You got to make the adjustment.
Anderson had 8 rush touchdowns the last 6 games of the regular season, but up top, it's a touchdown to Demaryius Thomas. Right over LaRon Landry.
That's exactly, of course, what the Broncos wanted. An efficient drive, and they got Peyton Manning involved, and he made a couple outstanding throws, and that's a bad job by the coach. You can't let one of the best wide receivers in the NFL be matched against a strong safety.
Peyton 3 out of 3 on that drive to 3 different receivers. The big one to Julius Thomas, the touchdown to Demaryius Thomas. And what looked like it was going to be a 3 and out, but a drive extended because of Arthur Jones roughing the passer call leads to this touchdown, and an opening drive score it is for the Broncos. The Broncos lasso an opening drive touchdown, ending in the hands of Demaryius Thomas, who just set the Broncos single season receiving yardage mark, over 1,600 yards, breaking Rod Smith's record, team record. And again, Cribbs not given a chance as McManus takes it to the back of the end zone.
Well, Jim, let's go back and look at the big play of the drive besides the penalty by Arthur Jones. Julius Thomas, the look back is what does it. LaRon Landry goes for the head fake and down the sideline. They love those type of plays. Anytime you play against Peyton Manning, you always have to be looking for the double moves. If you're aggressive as a defensive back, he is going to make that first move and go deep down the field.
Landry got beat on that play and the touchdown. Here they come after Luck, who again goes underneath to Herron. And it's Marshall with the tackle after a gain of 4. And through his first 4 postseason starts, Andrew Luck has the most passing yardage of any quarterback in postseason history through 4 starts.
Now, how about you see Aaron Rodgers on that screen too, Jim? How about that? Playing really one-legged for most of the game, but seemed like he got loose and played great as it went along.
And Green Bay now moving on to Seattle next week, as all the home teams have so far this weekend been victorious. Second and 6. And it's Fleener turning around just in time and shaking off a tackle and stepping out of bounds about 3 yards short of a first.
You know, that opening series by the Colts, that was big in my opinion to get the crowd to settle down and take some of that enthusiasm and adrenaline that you see coming out of the Denver Broncos, and not getting that first down has put them in a tough situation.
Third and 3, Moncrief and Hilton, the wideouts, no Reggie Wayne. And Luck from the pocket finds Dwayne Allen for their first down out at the 35. I'll make it the 45. Gain of 18 with that throw.
Wide open up the field and out. It's a zone defense. It really had to be a mistake by the Broncos. Nobody underneath and really nobody over the top or in that area. Allen wide open.
Allen and Fleener catching passes on the last 2 plays. They each had 8 receptions here in September, week 1. Drop back, Luck. Again underneath. Herron for the 3rd time, and he is walloped by Ward and Roby.
But you gotta like what you see from Andrew Luck, Jim. Getting protection right now, but not forcing the football down the field. Very important. What did Chuck Pagano say to us in the meeting last night about Andrew Luck after last week's game? All the decisions he made.
You saw Herron kind of dragging that left arm going out for this play. Tipton replaces him. They fake to Tipton on 2nd and 8. And what a grab it is by Nix for a first down.
Well, just going back to Andrew Luck, Chuck Pagano says the best game he's played as a pro was last week against the Cincinnati Bengals, because he just is making the right decisions. His movement in the pocket, his pace of the throws, that was perfect.
There's Herron, and he was hurt on that tackle. By the way, Trent Richardson is inactive. A healthy scratch. The running back they traded for last year for a #1 pick to Cleveland. Not even dressed today. 1st and 10. And Luck. There were players around him that influenced that throw. Incomplete to Tipton. Never miss a moment of the playoffs. Get the fastest score, stats, and news for not only Indianapolis, Denver, but all the postseason action right on your phone. Download the CBS Sports app now.
Well, Boom Herron came back into the game, Jim. So that's a good sign for the Colts. And also Andrew Luck, so far, this is a good drive for this Colts offensive line. Giving him time, and he's finding a way to find that second and third receiver.
6 straight pass plays. And another one coming up. As Herron is tackled by Marshall behind the line. And a loss of 2.
Brandon Marshall back in the lineup. So dynamic. What a job reading his play. It is well set up. Fake reverse. But they can't get the block on him because he's too fast. And as Jack Del Rio says about Brandon Marshall, what a find, what a job. Smart and athletic.
Indianapolis's only rush so far was Luck's scramble for about a half a yard on their first series. It came up short of a first down. Herron does not have a single carry, but he's got 4 catches. It's a 3rd and 12, and again, the Denver defense was there in a hurry. Jack Doyle was the target.
They definitely had confusion what they were going to do at the top of the screen. Andrew Luck is trying to throw it, I think, to Kobe Fleener, but both receivers are looking for the football. Knicks too, so big mess up by the Colts offense.
It's Doyle who was actually over there. Here's the second time McAfee gets hit. And there is a flag out. He was hit by Stewart, backup running back, as Moncrief downs it at the 3.
Running into the kicker, number 27 of the defense. Penalties declined. First out.
Play selection so far, basically 11 dropbacks for the Colts.
Well, I'm not shocked by that, Jim. You know, they're going to come in, they're going to win or lose this football game with Andrew Luck. And the fact that they're protecting him has to give him a little confidence on the sideline.
Almost got the Colts to jump. And Anderson with that line, giving him all kinds of room. Gets him out of the pinch all the way to the 25, a 21, making a 22-yard run by Anderson.
You know, he's got such good footing. He's got a wide base for a running back. You know, he keeps his feet far apart so he can make cuts just like that. And he's changed his football team. C.J. Anderson has. He doesn't lose yards. You know, once he gets contact, he can always go forward. And as they say, Adam Gase, the offensive coordinator, says we sometimes don't block anybody who gets 5 yards.
5 carries for 38 yards for Anderson. And give to him again. This time he's going to surrender 3. Eric Walden wraps him up. For Anderson on that first series went out for a snap, and Chapman grabs hold of the ankle, and it got twisted a little bit awkwardly. Anderson did have a nagging ankle injury at one stage earlier in December, but he was able to shake it off and come back in.
Well, he's young, went to the sideline, retied those shoes, and went right back in.
Hillman in for this play, flanking the quarterback, 2nd and 12. And Manning's pass intended for Sanders with Vontae Davis defending. The world's greatest detectives are back together in New York, and there's never been a better time to get on their case. Johnny Lee Miller is Sherlock Holmes in a new elementary, Thursday at 10, 9 Central, only CBS. What about the injuries, all the speculation about Peyton, his health in the month of December? We know he had a thigh injury, but of course, as time marched on, we found out he had a thigh injury on each leg.
On each leg, and you know, listen, it's important to Peyton Manning. Probably uses his legs more throwing the football than any quarterback in the NFL. So when those legs are hurt, that's going to affect his performance.
Here he is on 3rd and 12 from the gun. His pass incomplete.
Good coverage down the field. One huge key to this game today. They got some good defensive backs. When you talk about the Indianapolis Colts, they gotta go after these wide receivers. So let's watch Peyton Manning gets those feet. Little indecision where to throw it because the coverage was tight.
And pass ended up right between Demaryius Thomas and Julius Thomas. And Colquitt is out to punt. To Cribbs. Contact right away. Omar Bolden let him catch it for a millisecond. Cloudy, calm winds, frenzied crowd in Denver. Third series coming up for the Colts after a 49-yard punt. Herron's first carry. And a hard-earned one, maybe two. Luck has thrown it 10 times here in the opening quarter. Mainly of the short variety. The 18-yard pass play to Dwayne Allen picked up their first down of the game.
Well, not surprising, because look who's in the middle of that defensive line. When you have Terrence Knighton in there, and right now Marvin also, they're so big on the interior defensive line for the Broncos, it's hard to just line up and run the football.
2nd and 9. Reggie Wayne is back in wide to the right. And Hilton is open in a seam and tackled by Moore and Talib, but Hilton picks up 20 with that one.
On the outside, here's Hilton. Is just going to go now inside as against Talib. A little fake, and Talib misses the jam. And by missing that jam, he gets those extra yards. I think, Jim, this is an interesting matchup. T.Y. Hilton, so quick and shifty. Aqib Talib will let you go inside a lot of times in pass routes. And I think that's a tough situation for him against T.Y. Hilton.
Yeah, we saw it right there. Let him go inside and picked up their biggest play of the game so far. Herron with the wiggle and a gain of 3. Tuesday on CBS, it's a new year in New Orleans, and the good times are still rolling. Don't miss TV's #1 news show, NCIS New Orleans. New episode Tuesday, 9/8 Central on America's #1 network.
You know, this is some job when you say you're going to come into the game. You talk about the Colts, and you want to throw the football against the Denver Broncos. They have 2 premier pass rushers and 3 Pro Bowlers in the secondary. So that's a tough assignment.
2nd and 7. Play action, and Luck has Fleener for another first down. Running away from David Bruton Jr.
Gotta like that play too. First off, watch the protection. They're doing a good job of mixing things up against Von Miller, double teaming him and giving some chips. But Coby Fleener plays fast, has really come on this 3rd year. He's a weapon.
1st and 10. They may have caught Denver with a quick shift change. And no, they're there to cover up Allen for a loss. Todd Davis, one of those, in on the tackle at a loss of 3. Broncos were substituting at the last second, and 2 players just barely made it to the sideline before the snap. Luck thought he might take advantage of him and quick snapped it.
You know, they just made it, Jim, but, you know, talk again about this nice changeup, throwing the screen, throwing the ball short, trying to get rid of it, take the pressure off Anthony Costanzo, the left tackle, and Joe Wright's the right tackle.
Second and 13. Luck fires it. He's got Hilton again across the middle. Down to the 15.
Well, let's just watch this matchup from the bottom. Here he comes across, and watch Aqib Talib. He opens up. He's going to try to read through the quarterback, but that cut is so fast and so clean, there's no way Aqib Talib can make up that yardage to get in there and disrupt that throw.
That one was a play of 23. And a new set of downs at the 15. Herron cutting back inside, and inside of the 10 he goes.
That's where you run it too. Run it on the edges where some of the small guys are. You got Dwayne Allen. Costanzo gets out there, gets a nice block. Coby Fleener seals it. Walks Malik Jackson. Kind of what they did last week, Jim. Remember against the Bengals, they went outside with some runs and had success.
They don't have to run another play here in this quarter. So Luck and the Colts are going to be content to take the next snap at the other end. Indianapolis driving. Denver leads at 7-0 after 1. We'll return after these messages. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Quarter number 2. Jim Nantz, Phil Simms, Tracy Wolfson, and Mike Carey in the booth. From the 9, 2nd and 4. It's Herron. Stopped about a half-yard short of the first by Ware.
This is where a spot like this, you go, boy, I hope we can run it, because Denver was playing pass all the way. They're daring the Colts to run the football. So he went up there and got good yardage where it puts them in a situation they can try 2 runs if they have to pick up this first down.
A drive that began back at their own 27.
I wouldn't run it over center where Terrence Knighton is, though.
They go Herron. He goes left. He's in the end zone for the touchdown.
What a call, what a play, designed perfectly. They take advantage of a stout defensive front, a defense that's fast. They run a little counter. I think Andrew Luck got a little confused how to do this counter, but they adjust. Boy, nice blocks on the backside. They seal it.
Reggie Wayne and Dwayne Allen both throwing blocks, and Herron looked like he might have been hurt when he landed in the end zone.
Yeah, he grabbed that arm again, it looked like. What a drive by the Colts.
Vinatieri ties it at 7. 73 yards in 9 plays. Ends with Boom Herron in the end zone for the Colts. We take a look at our nationwide sky cam. That Colts drive was set up really by the defense responding after a first play by Denver on the previous drive of 22 yards. All of a sudden they buckled down and got the Broncos offense off the field. Herron ends it with the touchdown, but that shoulder, it looks like it's a problem. And a touchback generated there by Pat McAfee. We're back with the Broncos ready to go from the 20. Peyton 3 out of 5 so far for 36 yards and a touchdown. And it's Anderson for 1. Peyton, this is his 24th postseason game. He's second pass yards to Brady, who overtook him last night with Tom's big performance against the Ravens. He's 206 yards today. They've moved back ahead of him. Most 300-yard performances, 9. 2nd and 9. Wide open is Sanders. He's out to about the 36.
Well, they just come out, they go 5 wide receivers, and there's nobody inside to cover the receiver. They blitz a linebacker, so there's a big void inside, and that was easy pickings for Peyton Manning. Not a very good adjustment by the Colts.
Anderson tries to stiff arm on Davis, who hangs with him and holds it to a short gain. Gain of 2. NFL honors. Find out who will take home this year's most prestigious awards, hosted by Seth Meyers, a 2-hour event the night before the Super Bowl.
This Denver offense, one thing they want to do today is be unpredictable, so keep changing formations, movement, and maybe catch them off guard with certain plays according to situations.
Neutral zone infraction. Number 91 defense. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
The rookie Jonathan Newsom hands the Broncos 5 yards. And John Fox, 4 years here in Denver, 4 division titles. First year with Tim Tebow as his quarterback, and of course the last 3 with Peyton. 38-10 stretch in the regular season for Fox and Manning out here. Ronnie Hillman, the running back, 2nd and 3, and it's Hillman with a first down, and over to the Indianapolis side of the field. Finally tackled to the secondary by Landry. running behind Orlando Franklin for 10.
Yeah, Orlando Franklin, number 74, coming around, gets the block. Last year he was a tackle, moved to guard. It took a while for him to adjust to being a guard. Look, he is 6'7" and 320 pounds. Usually guys that tall are playing tackle, but I'd say the last 6 or 7 games he's played extremely well.
Hillman was the starter for a brief while this season, had a couple of 100-yard performances. He stays in the game for this first down snap. Earns another handle. Colts surround him. And turn it into a negative play. Darius Butler among those who push him back a yard.
You know, one thing that's changed a little bit when you watch this Denver offense too with Peyton Manning, that it's not always up there and trying to check to the perfect play. They come up now more than ever, and they got a play called, they stay with it, and they run it to keep the offensive linemen aggressive. That's the reason you want to do that.
They bring Julius Thomas back in here, Phil. Adam Gase, the offensive coordinator, who had 4 interviews during the bye week for head coaching positions. Thomas wide left, 2nd and 12, and they were looking for Julius Thomas, but this time Landry did not budge an inch. He got beat on that play down the sideline for 30 early in the game, but this time airtight coverage.
There it is, top of the screen. Watch the initial contact. That's how you win. You beat them at the line of scrimmage, and that is a huge key for situations like that for this Indianapolis defense. They want to get tight to the receivers, be extremely aggressive, and as Greg Minuski, the defensive coordinator, said, I don't care, get a pass interference call, just compete and be aggressive. And so far, pretty good job on the outside.
As Greg Minuski, the coordinator, looks on here, 3rd and 12. Trying to get the Broncos off the field, and it's a strip. And a recovery by the Colts. Freeman falls on it. Newsome was the one who forced it.
He's the speed rusher of this football team. Jonathan Newsome, top of the screen, watch the speed. All they confused, they make a mistake. Nobody blocks him, and he had the speed to get there to make the play.
Jarrell Freeman has the fumble recovery, but it was again Jonathan Newsome, the rookie from Ball State, who got around the edge.
Had some sacks at the end of the year, and he has really shown that speed all year long, but it's really coming out more and more in the games here late in the year. That just shows you about the Colts defense staying aggressive with the blitz that time.
Yeah, Newsome was hot in the month of December, had 6.5 sacks on the year, most of them coming at the end. Herron is the running back after the takeaway from the 41 of the Broncos. And it's a flea flicker. Luck looks downfield, and it's well covered up, so he goes underneath to Doyle. Von Miller wraps him up after 3.
Sorry, Jim, really good job. Top of the screen here. Watch him come across. You hope, well, if they get back deep, that the crosser's going to be open, but they are ready for it. But this shows you about Andrew Luck. Not taking a chance, being very smart with the football. No big play. Throw it short, pick up a couple yards.
Herron split out to the top. Nix in a slot to the right. 2nd and 7. Open. It's Herron again. Was lined up as a receiver. He's got the first down at the 28. Pick up a 10.
You know, too, Jim, as we watch this last play up top, coming underneath, pretty good when you get a running back to come inside and catch routes like that. But they have switched Aqib Talib off of T.Y. Hilton. And this time they're confused, not lined up well.
Costanzo stands up and points a finger at DeMarcus Ware. Herron now with 15 catches, a little more than 5 quarters into this postseason. 5 of them coming today.
False start. Number 62 offense. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
All right, let's get a report from Tracy on the sideline. What do you have, Tracy?
Well, thanks, Jim. Boom Herron hurt that that left shoulder early in the game, re-aggravated it on the touchdown. He came to the sideline. He wouldn't allow any trainers to look at it. He just pushed them away. He said, "I'm fine." I spoke with him this week, and he talked often about he was so happy to have this opportunity. You can tell there is no way he is going to let them take it away from him, Jim.
No, he's not going to let anybody get near him.
Playoff football, nobody wants to go to the training room.
1st and 15, and here he is, Herron. That is Marshall falling on him after a gain of 3. The 2015 NFL Pro Bowl is coming up, and of course Hall of Famers Michael Irvin and Chris Carter are going to be selecting the teams at the Pro Bowl draft on Wednesday, January 21st. Then you can watch the Pro Bowl live from the home of Super Bowl 49 on Sunday, January 25th. Go to NFL.com/Pro Bowl to learn more. And there is Newsome, who forced the fumble. Sets up the Colts at this end of the field. The 2nd and 12 coming up from the 30. Luck with pressure, got it away, and right into the arms of Moncrief with a flag. And it's against the Broncos. What a catch and what a throw for 22.
Sure was. Donte Moncrief.
Prior to the pass, holding. Number 25 defense. Penalties declined. 1st down.
Something they look forward to in this game, because Jim, in the opening, remember we talked about 18 weeks later, the Colts think they're a better football team, and it shows so far here early in the game. But what gets them excited is number 10, Donte Moncrief. Now he knows how to run routes. He's used to the NFL game, and he's capable of making big plays where probably in the first couple of weeks he was not.
Caught a touchdown last week against Cincinnati, the rookie from Ole Miss, drafted in the 3rd round. 1st and goal. And Herron, stutter step and then a sprint into a pile after 2. Wolf is there for Denver.
Well, what can we say? Good block that time by Buhort on the left guard. But so far, Andrew Luck throwing it short. When he wants to throw it down the field, Jim, this offensive line, to say it again, they are living up to what they wanted to do here in the game, and that is protect Andrew Luck.
Yeah, that defensive front for Denver, coming off a bye week, doesn't look all that full of pep and energy so far in this game. Luck has hit his last 7 passes. He faces a 2nd and goal from the 6. Faking to the line and looking around, and from behind, got it away, and it's incomplete. That was Wolf who was dragging him down on the release.
Good hustle by Derek Wolf. But the good thing about Andrew Luck, 1, 2, then go. That's all they talk about. You get 2 quick looks, and if it's not there, you throw it away or you move, and he did it, and he avoided the sack.
And of course, he's already got a reputation for congratulating people on a good hit. He turned right around and looked up at Wolf and said something, and knowing Andrew, it was complimentary.
Yeah, way to hustle.
Third and goal. Shakes off the hit, rolls out, fires, flag. Pass was incomplete, going for Hilton. Covered by Talib. It's going to be on Talib.
Prior to the pass, holding. Number 21 defense. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic 1st down.
Well, they spread everybody out, and that puts a lot of pressure on the defensive line. And you've got to keep Andrew Luck in the pocket. So it collapses inside. Von Miller comes inside. That allows Andrew Luck to escape. And then on the top of your screen, you get the hold. Good call, easy call. Definitely grabbed T.Y. Hilton.
And again, it wasn't pass interference. Otherwise, it would have been at the 1. It's half the distance. It's at the 3. 1st and goal. Luck rolling right, looking and throwing it away in the direction of Moncrief.
You know, maybe on that play where they got the holding call against Talib, Von Miller could have been dropping back trying to be a spy. That would not surprise me. That's something they know our Denver is ready to do, I think. If Andrew Luck starts moving around, they got to have somebody watching and try to mirror him so he can't get that extra time to throw.
Second and goal from the 3. Nix at the top. Hilton stacked on the right side, but looking left and finding Allen for the touchdown, Indianapolis.
Big, strong, and when he needs to, he can put some heat on the football. Dwayne Allen, a lot of teams run this play. You try to keep inside technique, you turn around, and Andrew Luck just overpowers the football into him. And excellent really, coverage by Talib. He's all over it.
They got overpowered a little bit, though, as Allen kind of boxed him out. Caught the touchdown. He had 8 on the regular season. Big Dwayne Allen out of Clemson. All set up by Newsome's strip. And a low driving kick is good by Vinatieri. Set up by the Peyton fumble. Luck has the touchdown pass. 14 unanswered by Indianapolis. 7. The Colts lead it. And McAfee handles the kickoff duties. Number 1 in the league this year in delivering touchbacks in the kickoff game. And he's got another one here. Bolden, no chance to run it out. Well, these two quarterbacks tied together in so many ways. Peyton went to Newman down in New Orleans. Luck to Stratford in Houston. Award-winning career at Tennessee, and for Luck it's Stanford, both the overall number 1 picks. Both started every game of their rookie season. And they both wear the jersey number that belonged to their fathers in college. Of course, Andrew's father Oliver actually backed up Archie for a year with the Houston Oilers.
Yeah, how about that?
And Oliver was number 10 in the pros, but number 12 in college, West Virginia. Here's first down pass play by Peyton going deep. And he overthrows Sanders. Looking around for a flag that does not exist.
I think all they had was incidental tripping on their feet, but down the field, Greg Toller at the last second goes, okay, here we go. And he took off, and you could see their feet nick at the very end, I thought. But they're up challenging the wide receivers. We've talked about that, and Peyton Manning is not afraid to throw those long passes down the sideline. Does it a lot in every single game.
2 out of 6 throwing it since that opening drive. Touchdown, 3 for 3 opening drive it was. 2nd and 10 running play. Anderson takes a big hit after 1. You know, we mentioned how about the dads were teammates for the 1982 Houston Oilers. Archie and Oliver, and then of course this past year they served on the College Football Bowl Committee together for a span. Postseason playoff committee. Now we got Welker in the game, Phil.
Yeah, they got
to the left
in the slot and a blitz up the middle, or at least a fake blitz.
3rd and 9. Again, deep. Sanders unable to reach out and pull it in. He had a step on Toller.
Yep, an excellent pickup. It gave Peyton Manning time. It was a blitz inside. Toller is trying to trail Mike Adams, the ex-Denver Broncos safety, now with the Colts, there to try to help out.
Twice they tried to find Sanders on the fly, not able to connect. So Colquitt to punt for the 2nd time. 38-yard punt picked up by Cribbs. And he's met by a Bronco head on at the 49-yard line. Corey Nelson.
Did cover T.Y. Hilton in the last drive, all but one play. And it looks like, again, he's going to be somewhere near him.
Last 2 drives for Indianapolis have ended with touchdowns. And again, this will be 5 yards against the Colts.
Start, number 60, offense, 5-yard penalty. First
Hey,
down.
where is this vaunted Denver rush so far?
I think it's the story of the game right now. They are not getting to Andrew Luck, and it's not that they're not getting the sacks. They're not getting close to him. So look at that. He's double hitching, stepping up and following through and finding receivers down the field. It was a huge key in this game coming in, and Andrew Luck has moved a couple times to avoid the pass rush when it does get there.
That was their third pre-snap penalty, so it's a 1st and 15. And Luck gets away from the pressure, takes off with it. A flag has been thrown, but Luck's able to tiptoe all the way out for a 20-yard rush.
Well, you're going to need some discipline by this defensive line. They got crushed down inside and nobody outside.
Holding. Number 21 defense. 5-yard penalty will be enforced from the end of the run. First down.
Boy, it has been a rough start for Aqib Talib.
Yep. He was on TY, but let's just watch this side of the pass rush. And you try to get to the quarterback, you go inside, and all of a sudden here goes Andrew Luck. No hesitation, feels it, takes advantage of it.
20-yard scramble by Luck. Now Herron keeps going for 6.
Man, impressive. Even that run, they don't expect to run the ball real well here today, but you can see the determination, and the offensive line did a good job of firing out.
22nd ranked in the regular season on the ground. Oh, that's just a slip by Herron right on the exchange on the handoff, and I'll call it no gain.
Now, early in the year, this Denver defense blitzed quite a bit, but they have good pass rushers. So as the year has gone along, they quit blitzing as much because they figured, hey, that front four can get there.
Herron goes wide to the right. Last time he was split out as a receiver, Luck threw it to him for a gain of 10. 3rd and 4. This pass was intended for Fleener. Ward was on the coverage. And out comes Vinatieri for a field goal try.
TJ Ward, an all-pro safety. I know the Colts like that matchup. You get a safety on Kobe Fleener who can run, who's really come on of late in the season. But TJ Ward was all over it.
Vinatieri today ties Jerry Rice for the most postseason games ever played. His 29th postseason game. He's got a 44-yard field goal attempt coming up. Vinatieri kick wide right. He had missed only once all season long. He was 30 of 31. His only miss came at week 17 at Tennessee. Denver will take over at the 34. Boy, Chuck Pagano during that break was upset there wasn't a penalty on the 3rd down play against the Denver defense, and Ward specifically. Let's bring in Mike Carey. What did you think here, Mike?
Yeah, I think he has something to complain about here. You see the grab of the jersey. Should have had a flag out on that one.
Best starting point of a drive today for Denver. And a gift to Anderson. DeQuell Jackson along with Mike Adams bring him down, but not until he picks up 14.
Well, it's a good play call because why? You have everybody back playing pass. So Peyton Manning sees it, which he's done for so many times. If you're going to force him to run it, he's not afraid to give it to the running back.
Julius Thomas on the field for the Broncos, and again it's Anderson. To the Colts 47 and another 5. Well, down the stretch, talking about the last 6 weeks of the regular season, he was tops in the league rushing the football, tied for first total touchdowns, led in rush touchdowns with 8 over those 6 games. Here he goes again, Anderson, undrafted out of the University of California, lost his helmet, picks up 3.
Well, he plays like an undrafted free agent, doesn't he? Every carry, he acts like it's his last one. What did Mike Adams, the safety now, who was at Denver, plays for the Colts, said, hey, he told him, you just got to do everything, keep working, keep driving, and sooner or later you get your chance.
And was just so impressed by the presence this kid brought to a locker room. Full of energy, a lot of talk.
Smart, knows what to do.
Exactly. They have not converted on third down today. They got a 3rd and 2 here.
Press coverage on the outside, so they're going to try to play these receivers tight, and make Manning make a very good throw.
Peyton, empty backfield. From the pocket. And incomplete for Welker, but you saw the flag flying in there.
Well, they had him covered, Wes Welker. It's inside against.
Prior to the pass, holding, number 21 defense. 5-yard penalty, automatic
Call
first
Vontae
down.
Davis. So first down for the Broncos.
I think it's against, he's covering Emmanuel Sanders. In the middle, you saw the grab of the jersey.
That's the 4th penalty on the Colts defense.
You know, you put a good receiver like Emmanuel Sanders inside, Jim, that is tough go because he can go up the field, cross, outside.
Peyton 52 yards passing. Looking for more. Looking down the field and over the head of Demaryius Thomas. Covered up by Vontae Davis.
Well, they're saying, and what we talked about, they are pressing these wide receivers and trying to be aggressive. And so far, it's worked very well on the outside with Greg Toller and Vontae Davis.
Davis is a Pro Bowler. Toller on the other side was limited a good portion of the practice time this week because of a knee.
Line.
2nd and 10. Quick throw to Thomas, who dropped it. In fact, Thomas had a bad case of the drops week 1 in the game against Indianapolis, arguably the worst game he's ever played. Well, he was ready to take off here, Phil.
Yes, he was, but I tell you, they recognized the inside screen pretty quickly on defense, and I think they were going to stop at about 5 or 6 yards. But back in that week 1, Demaryius Thomas was trying to play the slot because Wes Welker wasn't there, and it was just too much for him to learn, really, and I think that had something to do with the drops.
Those 5 yards would have been big if they don't pick up anything here because it would have put them in field goal range. Now a 3rd and 10. And again, looking long for Sanders, and it's not there. Boy, they think they're going to be able to get that one at some point. And they're actually booing here.
Well, look at this. Tight up top, so Peyton Manning has a double move here from the guy that's off. And not fooled. Nice turn and run by Greg Toller.
Boy, that drop again by Demaryius Thomas means now they have to punt it on 4th and 10 with Colquitt.
Changes play selection, of course, greatly when you have 3rd and 10 or 3rd and 5.
Gibbs lets it bounce around, and the Broncos are there to cover it up. Jacob Tamme. Beautiful 36-yard punt by Britton Colquitt on the Verizon halftime report. Now, Peyton has misfired on his last 6 passes. Granted, one of them was a drop right in the hands of Demaryius Thomas, but 0 for 6 is the longest single incompletion stretch of his playoff career.
Well, just look at those throws that he has missed. They are putting the pressure on the Denver offense and Peyton Manning to throw it deep down the field for those completions, and you're not going to hit a high percentage of those. But he's going to have to try again because they're going to keep playing that same coverage.
Out of the end zone to Herron. And he's decked right away by Steven Johnson. Now both teams have all of their timeouts here as we have 2:20 to go in the half.
And if I was the Colts, of course, I think they're going to do this. Just sit there, wait for the 2-minute warning.
All right, we reached the 2-minute warning with the Colts leading it 14-7. You're watching the NFL on CBS. 2 minutes to go in the half. The Colts did not take a timeout before the 2-minute break, nor did the Broncos there.
Well, I think that's the right call. John Fox, if you take a timeout, then what do you do if the Colts start driving the ball and you gave them extra time here right before the half? So both teams played it correctly.
2nd and 7. Again, a full 3 timeouts for each side. Handoff to Herron. Breaks the tackle. He goes out of bounds and has the first down. Again, Reggie Wayne, we've mentioned his name just a couple of times today. Both times, those were occasions where he threw big blocks, like right here.
Yeah, good block on the outside and gets Chris Harris coming in. An awesome job, a straight arm, and a good job by Boom Herron getting outside. He's going to do it all. Reggie Wayne started this process 3 years ago with Chuck Pagano. He wants to see it through, and what he means by that, he wants to see this team, of course, go to the Super Bowl.
Chuck encouraged him to re-sign, said, I can't do it without you. They go screen to Herron with a flag out. And he's tripped up after 2 by Roby.
Holding, number 74 offense. 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Anthony Costanzo, the left tackle, flag for that. Again, the Verizon halftime report is straight ahead with JP and Tony, Martin Boomer, and Coach Cowher. Highlights and analysis, and again a recap of the Packers' victory today that sends them now out to Seattle for the NFC Championship game next Sunday. Here we're waiting to find out who's going to play New England next weekend.
Right. Hey, Jim, now this situation, since that penalty, this is where the Denver Broncos with 3 timeouts. If there's not a big game here in this play, I think you got to start using those timeouts to give your offense hopefully one more shot.
It's a 1st and 17. Now you see at the top, Harris is on Hilton. And the pass thrown into a lot of traffic, incomplete.
Man, was that dangerous.
Boy, Wayne was over there. Fleener was in the area. So was Hilton.
Here, watch. I think it's T.J. Ward reads it. Comes up. He's going to make the tackle, but if he has seen the football, I think he could have reached out and caught it, but that's asking a lot. Those screens are run so much by teams in the NFL. That's what they're doing now in this league. They're attacking them, not letting them set up those blocks. And
the incompletion, perhaps a break here for the Broncos, who still have all the timeouts. 2nd and 17 from the 7. It's Herron. Again, he bounces off the pile and then is taken down by Von Miller at the 13. Should be a quick timeout here by Denver, and it is. It'll be a 3rd and 12 coming up for the Colts with 1:37 to go in the half. Now what will the Colts do? They'll take the snap at the 12 with a 3rd and 12 situation.
The big thing, of course, they must do, Andrew Luck has to be extremely careful with his decision.
All the way back to the goal line. Stepping up and launching it. And it's intercepted by Roby near midfield.
Bradley Roby reacted to the football quicker than Dante Moncrief. But don't think of this like, oh, this is an unbelievable turnover. It's just not a very good punt. But the ball is thrown. You see Roby made the first adjustment to it and gets the interception.
Well, it basically serves as the same as a 39-yard punt. But Roby, who made the big stop on a 4th down situation at the end of the game week 1 against the Colts, denying a pass to Wayne as the Colts were driving, trying to tie the game up. The rookie out of Ohio State has the postseason theft. And now with 1:28 to go and 2 timeouts, Peyton and the Broncos been stymied to only 111 yards so far. And again, Demaryius Thomas cannot hold on to the football. Exactly what he did against the Colts the first time, as we mentioned before, trying to go north-south before he has control of the football.
You're right. It's the inside screen, the tight end, both wide receivers, Wes Welker, Emmanuel Sanders, come flying out, try to make the blocks. He's going to cut in behind them. Seen him drop quite a few of those screens during the year. You're worried about getting hit, trying to see what's in front.
Handoff Anderson for 6.
Of course, time is not even an issue right here for this Denver offense. 2 timeouts.
Lewis.
3rd and 4.
Showed this blitz before.
He's got Sanders, who's twisted down by Toller. And now the Broncos call the timeout with 41 seconds. 17 yards to Emmanuel Sanders.
Really good job. They saw this blitz earlier, so now C.J. Anderson's in here. This way they can take the 2 linebackers inside if they blitz. Boy, that was a good job by C.J. Anderson blocking Ricky Jean-Francois.
It was an interesting formation that the Broncos came out with.
That's why they saw that blitz. Really good adjustment on the sideline. And Emmanuel Sanders, that was it. You saw that replay. What a pickup for the Denver Broncos. He's different from what they had last year with Eric Decker. You know, he's a quick, fast guy who can make cuts, just like we saw there on that end cut.
And you saw Fox encouraging him after the play sets him up at the 28. 100 catch season, 1,400 plus yards for Sanders. Fake short, now looking to the right side. It's Anderson and Freeman with the forward progress gain of 2. Broncos better hurry up.
He was trying to fake the screen to go deep because they've been attacking those outside screens, the Colts defense, but they were ready for it.
Pump fake and a throw out of bounds. We're back to Demaryius Thomas.
Yeah, Jim, let's go look. You know, Peyton Manning, Adam Gase, they're trying to find ways. The screen outside, they're going to go deep, and they're all over it. They fake the screen, look at the defense back, sees both guys going deep, and Peyton Manning has to turn, go to the other side, and throw it to the running back.
3rd and 9, 13 seconds.
52.
Just 1 out of 6.
Pink.
And most of these 3rd down situations have been 3rd and long. 3rd and 9 on this case. Down the field. Incomplete. Vontae Davis, had he come up with both feet in bounds, would have taken away the field goal attempt. It's on the way. Look at Demaryius Thomas.
Doesn't get his right foot down. Of course, he's on
They
the
will be
ground.
charged
He
their
might
first
land on
timeout.
the football too.
Yeah, the right foot is never down.
But see, he's been so aggressive at the line of scrimmage, and what a nice change up. And of course, playing the situation too, Jim, there's going to be a field goal attempt. So if they want to throw it underneath, let them do it, because it's probably going to be the last play of the half as far as the offense was concerned.
And because of the injury to Vontae Davis, they have to charge the Colts with a timeout. And as poorly as Demaryius Thomas has played, yes, he caught a touchdown early in the game from a yard out, but 2 drops with no one around him in this quarter. On this particular play, he may have saved him 3, because had he not come in and shoved Davis, he probably would have had both feet down.
Well, what happens to him when he goes to the ground? Yeah, I think he just falls on the football. But you look at this first half, the Colts, a couple things very positive on their side. They've cheated against the run. The run hasn't beat them yet. The defensive backs have been spectacular, and that guy Vontae Davis leads the way. And then the other big story is the pass protection so far for Andrew Luck.
Connor Barth, his first ever postseason game, and it'll be a 45-yard field goal. As you saw Vontae Davis get an early start to the locker room. Colquitt in the hold, and Barth delivers 3. Signed late in the year at the end of November. Barth, who has kicked for Kansas City and Tampa in years past, he's come on now and hit 16 out of 17 attempts as a Bronco. This one from 45.
Mike Carey, as we watch this, you see the runner Sergio Brown going up there. Is that a penalty?
Technically, it's a penalty because he can't come down on players if he leaves from behind the line of scrimmage. Even if he comes on top of his own player, it still should be a foul.
Okay.
It's a safety issue.
Safety issues, and of course I bring that up because if anybody was watching the Seattle Seahawks last night, Cam Chancellor did it a couple times and was very successful.
It's amazing what he did, leaping over the line.
Well,
Couple of times.
You know, Jim, as you just capsulized this first half, we've talked about the Colts, but you look at the Denver Broncos, and they got to go in at halftime and go, did we escape? This is awesome. We're only down 14-10 because so many factors have gone the Indianapolis Colts way.
And remember, Denver deferred and will receive the third quarter kick. And that's Tipton, backup running back, jumps up and then falls down on it to bring us to halftime. And a good halftime, a good half of action it was. Manning trots in 7 out of 18 for 71 yards and a touchdown. Luck throws for 137, a touchdown and a pick, and we're heading down to Tracy Wolfson. And Omar Bolden like to get a chance to run one back. His last 2 games of the regular season, he had returns of 76 and 77 yards. And McAfee doesn't allow many returns all season long. And not one here. All right, so the Broncos deferred. They get the football here. Will we see a different Peyton in this second half? His passing total yardage in the first half, 71 yards. That's the second fewest in a first half in his Denver career.
He's not getting any easy throws. That's one thing. They're taking away the screen game by and large, the Colts defense. But Peyton Manning, who I think is one of the best long throwers down the field and being accurate there is in the NFL. So the fact that he missed so many of them in the first half, I think Bart Scott said it right. He's got to settle down, take his time, just a half a second more, then let that football go, and I think the timing is going to be much better.
Got Welker on the field on first down. It's a handoff to Anderson, and he's dumped after 1. Anderson rushed for 66 yards in that first half. In the first game, week 1, well, Peyton staked the Broncos to a 24-7 lead at the intermission, and in that game, he had 199 by halftime, including 3 touchdown tosses to Julius Thomas.
Now, it was not a good first half by the Broncos, really, on either side of the football. But look, 14-10.
2nd and 9. And that's a completion to Virgil Green as we go down to Tracy Wolfson.
Well, thanks. I had a chance to speak with John Fox, and of course I asked right away about the offense and Peyton Manning, and he said they just need to settle down and they need to get a rhythm going. He said they definitely made adjustments in the locker room, but of course would not reveal those adjustments. He said as for the defense, they need to get a pass rush going, and he said as for the matchup between Aqib Talib and T.Y. Hilton, he wouldn't say if he would take him off it, but he did say they needed to clean things up. Jim?
Okay, Vontae Davis at the top is on Demarius Thomas. Remember, Davis was shaken up at the end of the first half. Peyton on 3rd and 5, looks down the field, and the pass to Sanders is ruled incomplete. He was pushed out by Toller.
Well, you heard the crowd, Jim, and the crowd was making noise because nobody was in front of Peyton Manning. And that's a good job by Toller when the receiver goes up in the air. But watch Peyton, good job breaking the pocket, and look at that.
Needed just 5 yards for the first down.
Well, that's a opportunity. That was still a good throw, but the opportunity to run was much easier and much greater for Peyton.
So 3 and out for the Broncos. Colquitt sends a spiral down to Cribbs, who lets this one bounce on the sideline. Hit right at about the 28. Andrew Luck coming back out after the 47-yard punt. Here are the first half stats. Indianapolis put up 201 total yards. 64 coming on the ground. Aaron had 43 on the ground and a touchdown to go with 6 catches. Colts first snap of the second half. It's going to be a pass play. Over to Allen. And Allen able to make the cut. Pass to Talib to pick up 12 for the first down.
Well, Jim, big story in the first half. You have 2 premier pass rushers on the outside, Von Miller and then DeMarcus Ware to the left, and both of them getting blocked. Von Miller, of course, that time was double teamed, but very little pressure on Andrew Luck. If this game continues and you get far enough behind, then you have to start thinking about blitzing Andrew Luck.
He has not been sacked today. First down throw. Moncrief is turned around on that one. And again, you're talking about an offensive line that's protecting him. They've had this year 11 different starting combinations on that offensive line. And it's the first time in 3 months that the same 5 started back-to-back weeks on the offensive line.
Well, the fact that we haven't talked about Joe Wrights, the right tackle, much means he's doing a really good job on Von Miller. Basketball player at Western Michigan, never played football. Of course, until he came to the pros.
He left Western Michigan as their 3rd all-time scorer and rebounder, 2nd and 10. They're getting around on the edge, but Luck steps up and finds Tipton for another first down. Zerlon Tipton, undrafted rookie.
Beautiful move up in the pocket. This is what they talk about. 1 hitch, 2 hitch, get rid of the football or run. And the fact that Andrew Luck, last half of the season, there's Pep Hamilton, the offensive coordinator, is very strong at teaching the quarterback and Andrew Luck. Look, they've been dumping the ball shorter, helps that offensive line out, takes hits away from Andrew Luck, and of course, stops a lot of turnovers too.
First down, give Herron. And that was DeMarcus Ware on him first after a gain of 4 he's tackled. With NFL Mobile, watch every playoff game live on your smartphone. Download and learn more at NFL.com/mobile.
You know what I really like about the Colts offense over here at the last part of the year? Pep Hamilton, Chuck Pagano, they said, look, now it's just about winning games. So whatever it takes, and what they mean by that, if we have to throw it every down, we're comfortable doing it.
2nd and 6. And the receiver fell down. Reggie Wayne was across the middle. This is an Indianapolis team that went 0-4 against teams that eventually won their division. Talking about the Patriots, the Broncos, the Steelers, plus over on the NFC side, Dallas. But the rest of the league, they went 12-1 against. Of course, playing in the AFC South, they won that division, and there is some weakness at the bottom of that division, and they won all 6. They ran the tables on the South.
Obvious passing situation. Can they pressure Luck?
3rd and 6. And he's able to get it to Moncrief for another first down.
Well, they did change up. They said, well, if we can't get there, they're going to blitz. Comes inside. He comes free, but the Colts had the right play on. The quick pass. Nice job. Perfect throw, but a good job by Moncrief. Go down, protect yourself, and make sure of the catch.
Moncrief's 2nd catch for 32 yards total. And the Colts have picked up 3 first downs on this drive, their first drive of the 2nd half. Luck dumps it to Herron, who gets balanced and then gets stopped at the 30 after another 4.
You know, Denver is deep on the defensive line. Von Miller coming on the outside, this time blocked by a tight end. Doyle, really a double team. Joe Wrights is sitting there waiting for him. The Luck active in the pocket. Finds a way to get rid of the football on time.
Again, Miller with 14 sacks on the year, Ware with 10. And they've got nothing to speak of so far. 2nd and 6. Luck to Nix, and he should have caught that one. Todd Davis came in and hit Luck, and there's a flag in that area.
Ill use of the hands to the face, number 36, defense, offense. 5-yard penalty, repeat 2nd down. Correction, 10-yard penalty, repeat 2nd down.
Well, you know what they need to do. You want to get, there's the hands to the face by Dan Herron against Todd Davis. But Jim, if you want to get rid of the short passes by Andrew Luck, you blitz, make the running backs pick up the blitz, and that will give a lot of one-on-one blocking up there for these pass rushers. So 2 blitzes by Jack Del Rio, here in this drive, so he's tired of watching Andrew Luck have that extra time to throw.
Trying to make these adjustments. And the penalty brings it back to the 40.
You got 3 all-pro defensive backs. You got to put some pressure on them, too.
Again, Luck protected. All kinds of time, and Hilton drops it. Hilton dropped 3 balls last week.
TJ Ward gets in there and gets his hand in there. Look at the space they're giving T.Y. Hilton. Uncovers. Oh, he dropped it. You're right, Jim. I thought it was knocked out of his hands by T.J. Ward, but it was not.
Hilton with 2 catches in the game. Both came on the Indianapolis first touchdown drive.
6 or 7 yards, and you could try a long field goal.
3rd and 16. Luck over the top. Fleener is there. His old roommate hauls it in inside the 10.
Really nice job. I love what they do. They're going to go down and hook and then go. They're not looking to get a few yards. They're trying to pick up the first down. That little double move was just enough to freeze the defense for a half a second. And that's Todd Davis. You've got a young linebacker in there in a tough situation. Colts took advantage of it.
And that's the longest play of the game for the Colts. 32 yards. 1st and goal from the 8. Luck still has it. A flag is out as Luck finds the end zone. But there's a flag back at the line of scrimmage.
Holding, number 62 offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
That's a killer. When it's the center, I don't know if Andrew Luck was reading this. Probably was. He's been carrying out his fakes today on all these reads. Here's the center. Watch the hold. Terrence Knight, boy, so quick. Gets right around, and there's a tackle.
Called on Khalid Holmes, the second-year center out of USC, who is actually Troy Polamalu's brother-in-law.
When you block Terrence Knight inside one-on-one, he's either going to overpower you, but very quick feet, and he can go around you.
1st and goal all the way back at the 18. And they're going to go screen to Herron. And 2 Broncos are on him, including Todd Davis. They hold him to 3. Luck now with 210 yards. He's already now set the pace for the most passing yards by any quarterback in NFL postseason history through the first 5 starts. Ahead of Warner and Fouts and Rodgers. Del Rio's defense. Can it lock down here? 2nd and goal. And Luck has the time. Fires it to the end zone. He's got the touchdown to Nix.
Boy, Akeem Nicks just rips the football out of the air. This is one thing you cannot do. We talked about it in the opening. When you give him a lane to move up into, here it is, and then he steps out and just rips it. He throws the football on the run. Maybe not as good as Aaron Rodgers, but it's not far behind.
Boy, that throw he had last week for the touchdown on the run to Moncrief. That was a beauty, and this one was too, to Hakeem Nicks, the former Giant. And Indianapolis is up 11 with 8:21 to go in quarter number 3, with the winner advancing to New England next week for the AFC Championship game. Indianapolis was down 7 at the start of this game, and ever since then, the Colts have dictated. 21-3 stretch since then. As we take a look at our nationwide Skycam, the Broncos, they were 3 and out with their only possession of this quarter.
Ready.
And Sanders, the short gain. I'm not seeing a lot of confident play out of this Denver offense from the skill players, from Demaryius Thomas to Julius Thomas to Peyton Manning.
It's everything. They're not doing a great job. But you listen, let's turn it the other way. The corners, the safeties, whoever's on coverage, they've been outstanding so far in this game.
Anderson has played well. This time he's only got a yard, and it's going to be another 3rd and 6 coming up for Denver.
Arthur Jones back from that high ankle sprain he has, and you think about big guys like him, 97. They need those feet to push off and take on those double teams, and he was a quiet force last week. He's not going to get a lot of big numbers, but what a presence inside.
Well, you could hear it after that last tackle. They're getting restless here in Denver, and you'll hear it again if they fail to pick up the first down.
Well, somebody's got to beat press coverage. All 4 receivers have a defender right up at the line of scrimmage.
Pass thrown in the area of Welker, and just listen.
Everybody has got tight coverage. They're making them inside. That's Wes Welker. But you're going to have to make a move, get open, and then Peyton Manning's going to have to put it right on target. How about all this coverages up there? They're going to make the receiver get open and make Peyton Manning make a tight throw.
So Broncos without a first down in the quarter on 2 series. Colquitt. Ball is on the ground. He was walloped again by Bolden. It's picked up by Caldwell, and they rule on the field. It's Denver football.
They're ruling that the blocker was pushed into the returner is why they let the play go.
The blocker was Dewey McDonald.
Ruling on the field. The kicking player was blocked into the receiver. It is a fumble recovered by Denver.
Mike Carey, we got to bring you in. What did you see here?
Well, normally when the receiver is hit by a defender without giving much room, it's a foul on the defense. However, that block pulls him off of that, and it's just an unlucky play for the Indianapolis Colts.
Well, Bolden, what a job by him getting down there, hustling down the field, and overpowering the blocker to make a big play for the Broncos, and they needed it.
Yes, I think it's a good call on the field. Blocked into the receiver, not necessarily an unnecessary roughness.
So they're going to take another glance at this right here
to see if it's a fumble.
He's taking a long look at this one because interesting scenario. Was Cribbs down? Was a knee down before the ball came out? Or do you treat it like a receiver who has to take the football all the way to the ground? Again, it's a reviewable automatic review anyway because of a turnover, which was the ruling on the field, a fumble. But Mike Carey, what did you see now after a second look?
Well, here's what the rule is that just like in a pass, if you're going to the ground when you're making the process of making the catch, you must maintain full control of the ball throughout that process. As soon as the receiver hit the ground, the ball came loose, I would confirm the ruling on the field, fumble recovered by Denver.
Okay, Bill
After
Levy.
reviewing the play, the punt return man was down by contact at the 30-yard line. With the timer put 7:04 on the game
Mike, they go
clock.
the other way with it. They say down by contact.
It'll be Indianapolis ball.
Yes, and that's not the way I see it because he was hit immediately, so he didn't have time to show complete control, do a football act, and he went right to the ground. The ball comes out. I would have confirmed the ruling on the field.
I would see it like this, is what I think Mike is saying, Jim. If you go across the middle to catch a pass, and you go up there and you got both arms around it, you get hit and go to the ground, that football comes out. That's what you're saying, and that's why you thought it should have been still stayed Denver's football.
Correct, because there was not enough time for him to complete a football act.
But it's overturned by Levy, and the Colts have the football after all at the 30. They go end around with Hilton.
Nice job over there.
And contact on the sideline. He was knocked down by McCray after one.
McCray, he's flashed here in this game quite a few times, and that speed, that stopped a really good first down run by the Colts. Looked like they were going to get around to the outside. McCray ran it down, made the tackle.
Second and 9. Still can't get to Love, who fires it complete. Hilton with Talib on him. First down.
What a throw from the middle of the field, way outside against one of the best corners in football. It was a little blitz by Denver, but T.Y. Hilton, when he comes out that break, that football is a perfect spiral. And Andrew Luck can spin it. Even though he throws it hard, the fact that he rotates the football so much, it makes it easy for these wide receivers to catch when they're contested.
It went for 11 and a new set of downs at the 42. The toss to Heron. Miller's there and breaks it down after a loss of about 3. Well, again, the AFC playoff picture. New England in the thriller over Baltimore, twice coming back from 14-point deficits, will be the host next week against the winner of this one. That game will be preceded by the NFC Championship game on Fox, Green Bay and Seattle next Sunday. Second and 13. And Luck, he had the time. Got hit after the throw by Malik Jackson. He was trying to find Moncrief.
Well, he found the right guy. It's another blitz up front. Here's the 5th guy. So Jack Del Rio, who is not afraid, let me tell you that. He'll send them. He doesn't like what he's seeing from his defense. You're not getting to the quarterback. He's too good to let him sit there. So he's been blitzing more and having a little success.
Del Rio, a strong candidate for the head coaching position at Oakland. He's already been interviewed. Third and 13. And now Luck. Deep down the field, and he's intercepted by Moore. Moore was not touched down. Oh, they rule him down. Moore, who picked off Luck twice week 1. Gets one here today as well. Second deep interception of the game by the Broncos defense. Denver ready to go, coming off the Raheem Moore interception that came on a 3rd and 13 play. Essentially was a net of 37 on the change of possession. And that is Sanders doubled up by Freeman first.
Well, Jim, let's go back and look at this 37-yard punt, because that's what it really ends up being, 3rd and 13. And Andrew Luck just takes a chance, throws a shot out there. That's twice. Yes, maybe not a great decision. As he talks to Dante Moncrief, go up there, see the football, and fight for it.
Yeah, he didn't look too concerned about it, did he, the quarterback?
No, he doesn't. I think he understands the situation. And
Second and 9. And that's Julius Thomas. He could not sidestep Toller. They're just not able to get any rhythm going on offense.
I think you saw why. It's because of this. These short throws, every time, screens too. You get out there, there's just you and the defender, that time it's Greg Toller. They're taking these receivers down without the extra yards. Greg Minuski put a lot of pressure on these defensive backs, and so far they've lived up to it.
It's 3rd and 5 if this goes against the Colts. It's a short 5. They're pointing over at Sean Phillips, who was in a Bronco uniform a year ago on the AFC champions. Pagano trying to say it's against Denver.
Neutral zone infraction, number 55. Defense.
And it is against Phillips.
5-yard penalty will remain 3rd down.
Well, I was looking at the imaginary line of scrimmage line, and they're saying going to be short of the first. I thought it'd be just enough.
Well, they definitely broke the neutral zone. It was Sean Phillips, number 55.
So it's 3rd and a foot here, Phil.
20.
Anderson has it. And over 11 minutes into the quarter before Denver picks up its first down of the half.
Boy, it was tough getting too. How about the tackling once again? I know it's 3rd and short and you're expecting run, but there was about 6 guys around him and they drove C.J. Anderson into the grass.
Hillman takes his place in the lineup. And from the 35, Peyton steps up and flings it into the arms of Julius Thomas for a 6-yard pickup. Well, the Broncos today, first drive touchdown, and since that time, only a field goal just before the half. 2nd and 4. Again, same play back to Thomas. And the spot's going to be close. And they move the chains. A new set of downs it is.
Well, sometimes throwing these short passes, get some rhythm, get the first downs, but also tire out the pass rush to make it easier for the quarterback.
There's a big throw. And it's Demaryius Thomas. They need to get him into the game after those 2 drops. And he's got another first down.
Top of the screen, release inside, but a good sharp cut outside, and that's a tough job for Vontae Davis to cover that.
Couple of short throws to Julius Thomas, and then a sideline throw to Demaryius Thomas to pick up a first down, and the Broncos.
I think you said it right. Those short throws.
Trying to pick up that rhythm that we talked about has been absent. Anderson. He's brought down by Jackson right away.
Well, Jim, when you showed that play chart of their drives today, not many long drives. So they've never got the defense reacting. This defense is attacking, being aggressive. So you need some plays on the offensive side to make them start thinking.
And that's another drop. This time it's Virgil Green. Peyton had hit 5 in a row before that drop.
They are changing up so much on the defensive side. That time a blitzer came free. Peyton Manning had to get rid of the football quick. Greg Minuski, it was a lot of press coverage. He backed off a couple times. Peyton Manning threw it short, but caught him with the blitz that time.
Got a 3rd and 9 now from the 44 of the Colts. Julius Thomas got one-on-one coverage at the top. One right. It's Demaryius Thomas, who didn't run a deep enough route. He's short of a first down by a yard or 2.
He is going to be short.
And Orlando Franklin's mixing it up with some of the Colts. Look at C.J. Anderson, his running back, come over and drag him away.
Well, good for him. A 15-yard penalty here would be devastating to the Broncos. But 4th down here short, they're going to go for it. The play clock is already down to 15.
Number 75 reporting eligible. 75.
Now they reset the play clock, as there's a wholesale change on the Indianapolis defensive front too. 4th and 1. Big play here, and the Colts are in on Anderson, who breaks the tackle, breaks another one, and Anderson comes up with the biggest play perhaps of this game for Denver.
It could be. That was some play by C.J. Anderson. Penetration.
Corey Redding had him first, and then that was LaRon Landry.
LaRon Landry went so high, C.J. Anderson was able to use that right arm and get off the tackle. These big running backs, you tackle them high, hard to bring them down.
Boy, Redding had him about 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Anderson runs 13 yards after that initial contact, and it's a first down for Denver at the end of the 3rd quarter. Jim Nance, Phil Simms, along with Tracy Wolfson and Mike Harry. We start the 4th quarter. You've got a lot of ground to make up if you're the Broncos, but C.J. Anderson just made perhaps a season-saving run for a first down on 4th and 1 that appeared to be headed toward a change of possession and a loss of about 5. From the 29 of the Colts. They go right back to him. And Anderson thought he could have gotten a lot more out of that. Picks up only 1. Remember early in the game, he got Nick Phil.
Yep, went to the sideline for one play. And how about this? Remember talking earlier, Adam Gase, why he loves him at running back? Because he's hard to bring down with that contact, that first contact. We saw that a couple times, but that wide running base, he shook off some tackles.
He's at the top of the screen, 2nd and 9. It's over to Sanders, bumped out by Davis. Well, you saw the reaction by Pagano after his team allowed Anderson to break the 2 tackles to pick up the first. This was on the other sideline with John Fox.
I don't think it's a stretch by any imagination, Jim, what you said. It was a season-saving run, maybe. That was 4th down.
Here it's a 3rd and 4. A drive that's over 6 minutes long. Hayes' pass broken up by Butler. He was trying to feed it in there to Emmanuel Sanders, and they'll bring out the field goal unit, which can bring it down to a 1-score game if they make it.
Yeah, easy decision for John Fox, but again, the short passes, they're being aggressive, they're contesting the footballs. That was their goal, and for 3 quarters, they've done it extremely well on the Colts defensive side. It's
Connor Barth again. He made one right before the half from 45. This is 41. Barth is good again. The margin now is 8. 2 kicks today by Barth from outside of 40. $13:50 to go. Luck and Manning dueling here. The winner to face Tom Brady and the Patriots next week for the AFC Championship. McManus to kick it off, and Cribbs, who was dazed on that blistering hit, he's back there, and he's going to run with it. And tackled down at the 23. Divisional weekend. Back and forth they went. How about Julian Edelman? How many ways can he beat you? Yesterday throwing the touchdown pass to Amendola, who had a huge game too. And of course Brady start again. Seahawks will host next week the NFC title game. Chancellor iced it with the return. And then the Packers rallied past the Cowboys, who have to be heartbroken. They thought Des Bryant had come up with the catch that might take them to Seattle next week. Was later overturned and ruled incomplete. Incomplete, and that's Harris denying Moncrief.
Chris Harris has had an outstanding year. He can, one of the few guys that you see can go across the field, outside, do everything. And that was excellent coverage the whole time against Moncrief.
What a year Harris has had. He tore his ACL last year in this spot on divisional weekend against San Diego. Rehab came out, was sensational. Pro Bowler, new contract here in the last few days. 2nd and 10. And Luck got down again. This time it's Talib who takes away the opportunity for T.Y. Hilton.
Well, you ask your Pro Bowlers to come through, and how about the first play and this job by Aqib Talib? Oh, he pulled the jersey, got away with it. But as usual, he's on the outside of the receiver, looking in. That time he made the play.
And suddenly there's a little extra bounce in that Denver secondary. Luck continues to have the time to throw it. He's missed his last 4. He's got a 3rd and 10. Across the middle and tipped away for the 3rd straight play by the Denver defense. This time it was Ward. All 3 Pro Bowl members of that secondary broke up passes.
That's right. We said it. Maybe start blitzing and put the pressure on your defensive backs to do what they're supposed to do. 3 Pro Bowlers, you said it right, and all 3 came through with very tight coverage.
One after another. That time Ward was on Fleener. And McAfee to punt on what was a very short series. Welker. Tackled down by Dewey McDonald. Man. Welker, who has been held without a catch. Back in Denver, where the AFC South champions are leading the AFC West winners. 21-13. It's Hillman, the running back, not Anderson. They fake to Hillman. Manning's pass. Very nearly picked off a diving knockdown by Vontae Davis. Pass thrown in the direction of Sanders. Well, the Pro Bowl's coming up January 25th. You can see the Pro Bowl draft on Wednesday, January 21st. Go to NFL.com/Pro Bowl to learn more.
That was some play by Vontae Davis. Waited to the last second, dove and got his hand on that football.
Second and 10. That's Sanders. What a piece of tackling that was by Landry.
They might have had something they wanted that time. It had the look to go outside with this screen. But Jim, all day long, all the screen plays by the Broncos, very little yardage. Landry, good hustle. Walden coming in there too. He's going to make the tackle even if he gets free. But an excellent job on the short passing game Indy's defense has done against the Broncos.
3rd and 7. Knocked down by Davis. Beautiful play by the Pro Bowl corner.
Yep, the receiver is going away from the quarterback. He's gaining ground. Watch as he goes outside, and as he goes, he gains a yard or two. It allows Vontae Davis, once again, to play it perfectly. Left hand on the receiver, right hand knocks the football down. Sanders
Unable to come up with his 8th catch by virtue of that effort by Davis. Really big series there by the Colts defense. This punt is short. It gets a favorable bounce.
Well, you look at that drive, just the Broncos couldn't get it done on the offensive side, but the pass coverage, just like we saw the Bronco defensive backs do the series before, was special.
Colquitt only 30 yards with that punt.
Well, Jim, Andrew Luck, the outside guys, Costanzo, Wrights, push the pass rushers to the outside. They got him in front. Look at the extra time, and they allow him to get to his right and throw the touchdown pass.
Series starts at the 34 with Herron. And wrestled down by Steven Johnson. Just a 1-yard gain for Herron.
Got to give this defense of the Broncos a little credit. They have decided no more sitting back in that zone coverage and getting picked apart.
Chuck Pagano, who grew up just north of here in Boulder, grew up a Bronco fan. Second and 9. They blitz. Coming in on Luck, who got it away, and he has an open man with the catch. It's Hilton.
They blitz both guys inside, and then watch Andrew Luck just stand in the pocket. There is no space. Everybody around him gets hit and puts it on the money. Von Miller from the outside. Oh, that was a good move that time. But Luck, right on rhythm, finds T.Y. Hilton.
Boy, that was some throw with a lot of bodies around him. Picks up 18. And a first down run by Herron. Let's go down to Tracy.
Well, thanks, Jim. Chuck Pagano told us it is always special coming back to Denver. He grew up in Boulder. He played at Fairview High School where his father, Sam, coached. And he grew up rooting for the Broncos. Actually, Sam Pagano attended the first tryout camp the Broncos had in 1960. He tried out as a kicker but was cut before the preseason game. Sam is down here today. He said it's very emotional watching his son coach the Colts against the Broncos. Jim?
Thank you. He told us you'll see Dad on the sideline with that stogie getting the workout. He wasn't tipping second and 4. Tipton has the first down as he falls forward for 5. Well, Tracy mentioned the state championship that Chuck helped bring to Fairview High School back in 1978. And let's not overlook his brother John,
Yes.
the fine defensive coordinator at San Diego, who has often come up with big game plans against Peyton Manning.
He has. I'm sure that Chuck called his brother John out in San Diego and picked his brain a little, but Greg Minuski, Chuck Pagano, they're pretty good at coaching defense themselves.
First down for the Colts from the 36. Zerlon Tipton for 9 more.
How about this? All of a sudden, you're the defense of the Denver Broncos, and you're thinking, well, here comes the passing game, and they are blocking him up front. They double team Terrence Knighton, and Holmes gets out off the double team and blocks Stevie Johnson, and another good game on the run.
The Colts running behind Tipton and Herron. Tipton was a practice squad player till November when he was brought up after Ahmad Bradshaw went on IR. Herron was practice squad all last year, 2nd and 1. And it's Herron with a first down. Now we move inside of 9 minutes. Again, the winner heads to Gillette Stadium as Bill Belichick and the Patriots will be playing in the AFC Championship game for the 4th consecutive year.
You have to be thinking this if you're the Indianapolis Colts right now. I know there's a lot of time to go, 8:40, but you're up 8 points. A field goal puts you up 11. So that's a big deal. It takes 2 possessions to come back. So the play calling, maybe that's why they've been running the football here.
And throw it this time, the ball was tipped, but caught by Doyle, who stays on his feet to get another 3 or 4 yards.
Wow, this just explains the Colts all day long, doesn't it, Jim? You know, there's quick balls tipped, but watch Doyle's effort. Hand on the ground, getting those extra yards, taking more time off the clock and creating another good situation for this offense.
He picked up 8. And he broke the tackle of T.J. Ward. And we're inside of 8.
Well, you want to snap this football with about 1 or 2 seconds left on that play clock.
2nd and 2 to Herron. And Wolf won't let go. We'll set up 3rd and about 1. But as you said, even a field goal here would be big.
Yeah, but this is some big 3rd down here, because if they get it here, that means 3 more plays. It could be runs, time off the clock. If they don't make it, I don't think there's any way that they would go for it on 4th down. If it was 2 inches, I think you kick the field goal.
Got to. But first, let's see how they handle the yard on 3rd down. A drive that's gone over 5 minutes. Herron, he's got the first down.
This drive almost reminds me of a drive the Colts had in their game against the Houston Texans. They were having a rough time running the football the whole day. And all of a sudden they need to run the clock out, and they march the football down the field. I forgot the exact time, but a lot of runs, 7, 6, all the way down, and kicked the field goal that put them in position to win the game.
Give him 2. What kind of deficit will Peyton Manning and the Broncos face once the offense gets back out there, and how much time will they have?
Yeah, the time is absolutely becoming a factor.
Reggie Wayne to the left. 2nd and 8. Play action and rolling out. Luck flings it to Doyle. And McCray has the tackle.
And he stayed in bounds, which is big because that's going to be another 35 seconds. Denver has to do everything here, Jim. You play run all the way. Be aggressive. Put the pressure on your corners. If the Colts want to throw it, then you dare them to.
Third and 6. Can pick up a first just outside of the 3. They're going to try to get it on the ground, and Herron is going to be backed up about 4.
And that's what they did. They got up there and crowded the line of scrimmage, had 2 people blitzing on each side of the center. These 2 blitzers really nowhere to go with the run. And a good job by Herron protecting the football.
And it'll make it somewhere around a 30 or 31-yard field goal attempt by Adam Vinatieri. He missed from 44 in the first half, but has been almost automatic all year. The All-Pro place kicker, all-time leading scorer in postseason history from 30. And Vinatieri's kick is good to make it a 2-score differential. A drive that lasted 8 minutes and 14 seconds and produced points. Andrew Luck marches the Colts down the field for over 8 minutes, a 13-play drive, and puts them back in front by 11. It's the 2nd longest drive all year by time for Indianapolis. And can Peyton possibly somehow rekindle the Bronco offense? Off the crossbar and a touchback. Peyton Manning, 4 minutes to go. Manning and the Broncos down 24-13. Been held under 200 yards total offense to this point. Begin the drive with a little toss for about 4 yards to Julius Thomas.
Well, there's 2 things here. I know the Colts defense, just like that time, they're going to play back and try not to give even Peyton Manning a look at getting a big play. So it's going to be hard to do that. He's going to have to nitpick his way, probably short passes. And then when he gets near midfield, I would expect the Colts to get more aggressive. Then that would be your chance for a big play.
2nd and 6. That's Welker with a nice catch with an open lane. And he falls at the 44, his first grab of the game.
Yeah, he gave him a little shake move, and that's what happened. That's why Wes Welker was wide open.
Pass play to Welker, picks up 20.
1. Go.
Underneath to Anderson. 2 Colts are there. Freeman around along with Toller. Only 2.
The coverage down the field has been so outstanding all day long by these corners of the Indianapolis Colts. And they're going to play it safe again, which is the right thing to do. Make him throw it underneath.
2nd and 8 down the middle, and should have been intercepted by Davis.
That was the end of the game right there. They cleared it out to give this room for Caldwell to come underneath. And oh my gosh, look at Vontae Davis. He read the quarterback, felt the receiver, and dropped a sure interception.
Yeah, that would have ended it. Starting to rain now.
Lewis. Hey, 52. Vegas.
Demarius Thomas was not in on that last play. He's back on the field for a 3rd and 8.
Little different look. Pressing the receivers, a better chance to go deep.
Pressure, panic pass, and it's thrown behind Demarius, and it's 4th down.
Well, the pocket collapsed right away. Really nothing Peyton Manning can do. Sean Phillips, 55, gets inside. He's fresh and fast, and he made it happen.
Well, they had C.J. Anderson come up with the save on a 4th down run.
Well, can they give Peyton time, Jim, to hang in there and make this throw to the 1st down marker?
Lewis, 52. 55, Florida. Hurry up, hurry up.
And they stay on the field. 4th and 8. Pass complete, but not very deep. And again, it's Anderson trying to make the 2nd effort. Where will they spot it?
I think he's got it. It's a fake pick to go outside for C.J. Anderson, and he cut it back inside.
Boy, I thought the guy on the sideline, far sideline, was going to have him for the first, but then they moved it back. He might be short here, Phil.
Where's the spot?
Where is the knee down? That's the question.
Of course, you can always challenge the spot of the football. And you always hope, Jim, that it's near a yard marker so you can have something to really look at.
Inches short. And really, if you're Denver, you've got to challenge it. This is your only hope. And let's bring in Mike Carey.
There's the knee down. Looks like
Number 65.
that
reporting
view was a
eligible.
really good spot.
It is being challenged. That's confirmed. Hard to draw any fast conclusions from the end zone perspective, but there'll be other looks coming up.
Denver's challenging the ruling on the field of a forward progress spot.
I don't see any possible way John Fox and the Broncos are going to win this challenge, because looking down the line.
Yeah, first off, here's the yard where it is, but if you look to the top of the screen.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is confirmed. Denver will be charged their first time out. 1st down, Indianapolis.
Indianapolis takes over with 2:50 to go and up 11.
Yeah, they actually got a good mark, Jim. They probably got the football moved forward more than if it would have been a 1st down. The Colts would have challenged it.
Boy, that was asking an awful lot, that play call there, to go. Maybe there were no other options, but to go to C.J. Anderson in traffic and have to get by 2 or 3 defenders and work out the last 4 yards to pick it up for a 1st down. He almost got there, but the Indianapolis defense got him down in time. Herron.
Of course, they got 2 timeouts, and John Fox will use them both right here. 2 timeouts, then the 2-minute warning, so pretty good chance his offense can get one more shot.
Coming up, the Subway postgame show with JB, Tony, Bart, Boomer, and Coach Cowher. Highlights and analysis of this game and a look ahead to conference championship weekend coming up on the Subway postgame show. And if Denver does not win this game, it's going to spawn now all kinds of speculation about what is the future, not only for the Broncos franchise, but specifically, people are going to be wondering about Peyton Manning.
Well, yeah, rightly so. He's been in the league so long, and just think of this year, Jim. What you know, when you think about coming back to play another year, it's a long process. The offseason, training camp, and think about this year. Got hurt. It was tough for this team down the stretch. They found a way to get in this position.
We're 70.
2nd and 5, and Herron 2 yards shy of the 1st. You know, we talked to Peyton a little bit about this on Friday. It's just about what are your future plans. And, you know, he had been asked that question about a month ago and said, I'm definitely coming back next year. But he actually told us that I'm going to wait and see. I can't really in my heart tell you anything for sure right now, but my intention is to play, but things have changed since I last said that. You know, he knows that Adam Gase is probably going to be gone to a head coaching position. Does he want to come back next year and have to go through a whole new offensive coordinator again? That process, you've got free agents on this team like Demaryius Thomas and Julius Thomas and Terrence Knighton. So this team roster could take on a whole different look.
Well, I think those things he's going to take into account. All the changes that are probably going to happen. Coaches, free agent, money to try to pay some of their free agents. And definitely a change for him with a new, different offensive thought if Adam Gase gets a job.
Can they get Peyton on the field here? Can the defense stop him on 3rd and 2? Yes, they do. They plug the middle. So 4th down coming up tonight on CBS, 60 Minutes, followed by new episodes of Madam Secretary and The Good Wife, only CBS.
Well, the thing about the Colts, let's just talk about them, because what an outstanding job by them. Jim, we've done a few of their games this year. This team that we've watched the last 2 weeks, do you recognize it? Can you just see it with your own eye what a difference they have been on both sides of the football?
To think we saw them week 16 down at Dallas.
And against Pittsburgh.
2-minute warning. Game. And looking ahead to next weekend's conference championship action on the Subway post-game show. 2 minutes to go. Punting situation for Indianapolis. McAfee gets the hop he wasn't wanting. So a net of 26. 1:52 to go and no timeouts for Manning and the Broncos.
Yeah, now a situation like this, Jim, now you have to almost force the issue. You got to take a chance, and you got to just hope somehow you can find a way to get down the field, kick a field goal. Of course, score a touchdown would be great. At least you'd like the chance to have an onside kick to see if you could pull this game out.
You saw Luck lapping it up on the sidelines with Pep Hamilton. And Luck a minute 52 seconds away from being the only quarterback on championship weekend who has not won a Super Bowl. As you got already Russell Wilson, Rodgers, and Brady. Peyton's pass complete to Demaryius Thomas, and we've got a Colt defender down. He's back up now. It's Toller, who again battled knee issues all week long and did not have a full week of practice.
Well, the Colts could call a timeout to keep him in the game because he's very important, and especially the way he's played today, he's been outstanding.
Already brought in Josh Gordy. They're charged a timeout there, the Colts. As you see Gordy coming in, and he's heading over to match up against Demaryius. Able to avoid the contact and get it over to Anderson. And again, a nice tackle by Davis, who's had a very strong game.
Yep, coverage has been good. The tackling has been great. And even here in a situation like this, very difficult for Denver, as it's been all day long.
2nd and 9. Go underneath, and again, very little there for something that'll consume a lot of time.
All these plays that have worked for so long for the Denver Broncos, the screens, all the short throws, the picks, none of it has been productive today.
3rd and 6. Going to pick up the first down. Anderson should head to the sideline. Instead, he's tackled down at the 45.
Well, I would say if you can get one more play, if somebody can get out of bounds, if you get in field goal range, I would try a long field goal.
And the spike by Peyton with 34 seconds. Peyton comes over to get a word from the sideline. new tonight with 60 Minutes, Madam Secretary and the Good Wife on America's Most Watched network. No, we don't know what we're watching here. Phil, we're looking at one of the greatest players in the history of the game. 17 years.
Yep.
Peyton Manning.
Lewis, man.
34 seconds to go in this one. Who knows if there's football after this one for him as he's sacked by Walden.
You know, Jim, and everybody's going to say when this game's over, all credit to the Colts. But for Peyton Manning, this loss will not really dampen anything that I think about him. He's been an unbelievable player in this league. And today, the Colts were just a better football team.
Complete to Thomas. For some reason, does not go out of bounds. And the game is over. The Colts have advanced to the AFC Championship game. It's going to be Andrew Luck against Tom Brady next Sunday at Gillette Stadium.
Well, you have to wonder, is this the last time we'll see Peyton Manning on the field? We're going to hear that question a lot here in the coming days. If it is, it's been one tremendously great ride, that's for sure.
Chuck Pagano's looking around, trying to find Peyton. He got there. That was second half of the season for Denver. We saw him up at New England early November. And shortly after that, there was a loss to St. Louis, and there was a change of philosophy. And then Peyton battled sickness in San Diego, thigh injury there. Then we later discovered there was a thigh issue on the other leg. And the second half of the year, this wasn't the same football team.
It was not the same on the offensive side. They tried to change, but quite honestly, coming in today's game, I thought we were going to see this old offense. It didn't happen. But again, I'm giving the credit to the Colts, what they did, their defensive front and their defensive backs were incredible.
Andrew Luck will be taking on New England next Sunday. They met on November the 16th in Indianapolis, and that's the game you'll recall where Jonas Gray broke loose for 199 yards and 4 touchdowns for the Patriots in a 42-20 victory. The Broncos, the AFC champions a year ago, eliminated this year in the divisional round, as Indianapolis is the only road team winner this weekend. We'll join James Brown in New York in just a moment. You've been watching the NFL on CBS.